time for our community spotlight. And today I'm talking with Katie at the United Way of Wayne and Holmes County. Once again, what's our update for the month of October? Hey there.
Hey, thanks, Angie, so much for having us. It's a beautiful day out today, so we're excited about that, and we're just glad to be here with you.
So what is it you do some people may be familiar with the United Way, but what do you do specifically? Who do you help, and what's your biggest thing going on there in United Way?
Yeah, so in Wayne and Holmes County, our main focus is to help people live their best life. And we really focus on 4 areas that we know can be obstacles for people. And that's health, mental health, substance abuse, treatment, workforce development. We all need employees. I don't think I've talked to one single person that isn't hiring and looking for someone.
Right.
So we help people get those skills. We also focus on youth programs and then safety net. So safety net is really that last chance, that last hope for some people. And today, the partner that we're going to talk to, the Children's Advocacy Center, they fill a huge gap in that safety net area.
Okay, so introduce Laura.
Yeah, so Laura Kiefer is with me today. She is the executive director of the Children's Advocacy Center, and their organization covers Wayne, Holmes, and Ashland counties here in Ohio. And they do tremendous work, but it's also sort of icky work, but it's very important. They help families of children and children themselves who have been victim to sexual abuse and severe physical abuse.
Wow. Hey, Laura, glad you're joining us today.
Well, thanks for having me, Angie and Katie.
How does this get started? You just take phone calls from parents, or do you get referrals from clients or clinicians?
Sure. So when there's an allegation of sexual abuse, usually law enforcement or children's services are called, and they are part of our partner agencies that we work with, and they will reach out to us, and we will schedule a time for the child to come in here, and we'll undergo a forensic interview with a specially trained forensic interviewer. And while the child's being interviewed in another room watching live, or maybe be the law enforcement officer, detective, children's services, we have a sexual assault nurse that also observes at the same time, as well as our case manager, victim advocate, and a mental health therapist. So the idea is this child only has to tell their story once, and they do not have to relive what happened to them multiple times.
Yeah.
And it's a fantastic model. It's a nationwide model that we're finding that we don't want to re-traumatize that child, because without a child advocacy center, that child has to tell their story an average 10 to 12 times to different professionals in order to seek mental health assistance, medical assistance, and begin their road to recovery. And
so you guys ask all the questions that anybody's going to need, and you do it one time, and then that's done.
That's exactly right. And immediately after the interview, we offer a wellness exam to that child, offering to look at them over head to toe. It's with our specially trained sexual assault nurse examiners that are trained in pediatrics. And that too is also recorded in such a way, if ever needed, for court and prosecution purposes. And then, if we have to perform a rape kit on the children, we do that right here. So it's like one and done for that child. They can then move on. We connect them to appropriate mental health services. We have partners with all of the United Way partner agencies, the 180s, Anna Zao, and then in each community, in each county, Wayne, Holmes, and Ashland, we have partnerships, so we can refer the family to the appropriate care in their communities.
That is an icky thing, Katie. Unfortunately, what are the statistics now? It's being talked about more, whereas when we were growing up, we didn't talk about it. So what are the stats now?
So we see about 220 children a year in our center here. And those are the ones that are referred to us, of course. Last year, over 42% of the kiddos that came through our center were under the age of 8. And that to me is a shocking statistic, because I just, for some reason, always assumed it was more of that preteen group that we would see until I became a director here. And I am just, it makes me sick what people do to children, the most vulnerable population. And, you know, when I think I've seen it all, the next child comes in and it just makes your heart feel pain.
Yeah, I can't even imagine. We're supposed to be protecting our children, and unfortunately there are predators, and then they lose all sense of safety, and there's so much more that goes on to it.
Absolutely. And you know, when we see parents come in here with their children, many times the parents are reliving what happened to them as well. So they're re-traumatized because something happened to them as a child, that they've never had a child advocacy center to go to get this process started and to help them. So
can you help them too?
Absolutely. We work with the family right on the spot. Our mental health worker that is provided to us through our partner agency, Anna Zhao, Community Partners, they allow her to be here for every single one of our interviews. And she then works with whatever agency are in our community that would provide that specific care for that family. And she does a needs assessment and then determines, you know, which agency would best serve this family. So that's a very special technique, because you're always learning and knowing what these agencies offer. You know, whether it's child play therapy, or the family might have some substance use issues involved with the situation. So she's, you know, in tune to all of that and can really get these folks connected to the appropriate care. So I just have to say what, you know, Wayne Holmes United Way does for our community and supporting all these partner agencies, so that they're there for us and for these families, so that we can have stronger communities. It's vital to, you know, the organization and the services that we have.
And the really interesting thing that I think the Children's Advocacy Center has is a group of professionals that meet. Is it weekly, Laura?
It's once a month, and we review
or monthly
every case that comes in that county that comes through our organization, and we talk about every single one of them and where they're moving in the process of whether it's their care, whether it's going to be prosecuted, charges are going to be filed, things like that. So we manage that and then report it, you know, to our at the state level and national levels. So
that keeps you from having one person mandating what happens, right, to a person in a case, a client, I guess you might say.
Right.
And group thinking, I guess, and it helps, I guess, to keep a balance, subjective balance. I'm not sure what unbiased balance.
Right. And
because we all have different filters.
Right, exactly. We're all around the table for a different reason, but knowing that this case is moving, or maybe no information was found and the case can get closed, kind of thing. So it can, you know, help these cases move, so they're just not sitting on a desk somewhere. And you know, we're making sure that kids are being taken care of.
Yeah, it's really due diligence on their part, and they're following the child through the process. Again, like Laura said, we just think it's great that those kiddos only have to tell their story once. That's something we've seen in trauma across the board is, you know, I may call you, I have to tell you my story, and you'll say, oh, we'll call these people. So then I call those people and I got to tell my story again. And then they're like, well, yeah, but now you have to go visit this person. So now here I've told my story 3 times and I still don't have help. And this is why it's just vital for those little children. And like Laura said, most of them are under the years of 8 years old. You know, just having this service in this community is so important. And 200 kids, way too many, right? One kid is way too many, but 200 should make us all stop and think. And Laura, is it true that most of these children, the predator is someone that they know?
Yes. and many times in the same household. Yes.
So you can't keep, you have to just hold your kids so close to you.
Right.
Yeah, for sure.
Mhm.
It's great work that you're doing. And yeah, making it easier on the kids is helpful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yes.
Katie, how long have these guys been a partner agency with you?
So they are actually a brand new partner. We just funded them in 2021. Laura took the helm of that organization in 2021 and immediately reached out to us. And the board of directors was like, yes, we have to fund this program. It's so important. So they are brand new partners, even though the organization's been around for some time. And we are just thrilled at the work that they do in our community.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's your United Way campaign that supports organizations like Laura's, right?
That's right. And our campaign is underway. We have a goal of $1.65 million that we're trying to raise this year so that we can help organizations like Laura's and many others in our community. So every gift is appreciated and acknowledged, and it really does go to good use here in our community.
And I know that you have all that listed somewhere about who you fund and they have to apply every year. Can somebody give directly to CAC?
Yes, absolutely. So on our website, if you go to United Way of Wayne and Holmes website, we actually have microsites for each of our partners that will link you directly to their site as well. So we try to make giving as easy as possible for anyone who's feeling philanthropic to either give to us or give directly to our partners.
Oh, that's good. So how long is your campaign going on for and what's your goal?
Our goal is 1.65 million and it will close the end of this year. Right now we're at about 30%, which is pretty typical for, before the end of the year. It really ramps up. October, November, we're very busy. So we're confident we're going to hit that goal and be able to help many more people in our community.
So if they want to give to the United Way in your counties, how do they do that if they don't have a workplace campaign or maybe they work outside of the county?
Yeah, they can just go to our website, uwwh.org. They can call us or they can Venmo us, PayPal us. Cash App, we're there. You can go to our Facebook page and give. Like I said, we make it as easy as possible.
We just want you to give. Come on. Well, and obviously you have a track record there in your counties that you are supporting wonderful agencies like Laura's and doing really great work because our kids need to have somebody on their side as an advocate. So it's in the name. Anything else, Katie, you want to add today?
That's it for me. Just have a great day. And thank you so much, everyone who supports our community and supports the great work of organizations like Laura's at the Children's Advocacy Center.
And Laura, thanks for your time today. And wow, you got a tough job, but thank you for doing it. Thank you for being the one that steps up.
Well, thank you, Angie, for having me on, and Katie as well. And, and let me share our mission. So I really appreciate that. Thanks.